G'day there, podcaster.
Oh, geez, little bonus bit, just something that doesn't make it onto the show. What a thrill. I just,
This isn't the bonus bit, by the way.
This isn't the bonus bit, but...
Are you really going to talk about what you were just doing?
Well, yes, I was telling Ben about a TikTok, and he was like, yeah, keep telling me about it, man.
Well, it sounded
And
lame as.
Yeah, exactly. And then I showed it to him, and he laughed, and he said, oh, I want to see more. And, he was actually genuinely laughing. And I got such a thrill out of being able to share that with...
Yeah.
I didn't even show you, Bill. I just realised. I can show you after
No,
the podcast.
it's fine.
I still think that there's blood in the segment that I kind of pitched, and then we just didn't do it again.
that's
And then,
right.
to be honest, someone else who works in radio heard it and said, oh my God, I love that.
A big boss.
Big boss. And they
What a
said,
great idea.
What a great idea. You should do that as a regular segment. And that's what I was saying.
Explaining
I couldn't tell
TikToks.
if they were...
And that was, remember I did a bit like last week where I explained a TikTok?
Yeah.
I thought that could be a good regular segment. People come on and explain TikToks they've seen.
See, with that person, I couldn't tell if
You
they
think
were
it might have been
joking or not.
like a bit
I
of
thought
a-
they were being sarcastic.
No, they weren't being sarcastic.
Don't know about that.
They weren't.
It felt real, but also he is a big dog from another company, so maybe he was like, "Hey, you should do more of that." It's like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, do that.
Watch
bit.
the
Like,
ratings go down.
yeah, if he thinks it stinks, you know.
But also, Bill, you don't think that anybody's ever being genuine.
Yeah, I wonder where
That's
I
true.
get
You
that
think
trait
everyone's taking the piss.
from. It's like I'm constantly bullied every day.
No,
and
I
then
was like, you
am
walk in, I
so
go, you look
scarred.
nice today, and you're like, what? F off, and
Yeah.
it's like,
That's because I say things like this morning when I told you guys a cool fact, and then Ben was like, "Ooh, tell me more about it."
Because it wasn't a cool fact, Bill.
I thought it was quite
Well, go on,
interesting.
then tell everyone the cool fact
No.
then. Exactly. I only take the piss when I feel like it's deserved.
actually, can I retell Bill's fact? How
Yeah.
I remember it. So there's
Because to be honest, I've forgotten it.
there's a guy.
It's
called,
not that interesting
There's a
to
guy called
anybody
Tim
else.
Hamlin
So then why
who
did you
works
say
here.
it?
Because I thought it'd be exciting. I thought you'd be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Like it's the
No,
fact to
now
get
I
to know
remember.
our
Yeah,
co-workers.
There's a guy called Tim Hamlin who works here. He's a lovely guy.
Yeah.
And she was like, guess what? Tim Hamlin used to work at SCA, which is Southern Cross Stereo, in 2006, like when Hamish and Andy were working there. We were like, oh,
Until
yeah.
2009.
Like in
Right,
Hamish and
what?
Andy's peak. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm sure we've worked with a fair few people who were in
still-
radio at that
That to
time.
me is the setup to a good story.
I'm
That's you
just-
going, he worked in 2006 and insert anecdote.
I'm just okay. We're getting to know the staff members here still.
Yeah.
It's nice to just it's nice to learn things about people and go, oh yeah, that's right. So that's their background. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like
No, it's fine.
Far out,
Hey,
man.
well, hey, Belle, I had the same treatment. I said, I tried to tell Ben about TikTok, and he went, yeah, cool, man, tell me more. You know what I mean? And I pushed, and there was luckily
Yeah,
more in it,
you
and
got
he
there.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, face value, he's not going to give you much. That's for
okay.
sure.
All right, what's this bonus bit?
Well, yeah, I mean, this is... Oh, no, we'll still do it. I was going to say, we've gone like 3 minutes now. We could
What?
wrap
We
it up.
released this as an episode.
This is the,
Yeah, this is the,
I've had mental blank on what it's called. You know how that
Appetizer?
when you go to a fancy restaurant, there's the appetizer, the entree, the main. There's something
Palate
you get.
cleanser?
No, there's something you get before the entree.
The appetizer.
No, something you get before the appetizer. There's a fancy French word for it.
Like a bread?
No, I'll find out what it's called at the end of this bonus pod.
Excellent. This is, it's, as I said, this is not really like strong enough for the show. It's purely just like more of a social question. Belle, are you allowed to take your shoes off on a plane?
Oh, it doesn't. Allowed is a strong word. I think it's frowned upon because it's like, oh, smelly feet and stuff, and you shouldn't. It's like in cinemas. People get annoyed if you take your shoes off in the cinema. It's like you just
Yeah.
wafting the foot smell around.
Ben, are you allowed to take your shoes off on a plane?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing. I also thought that was the case. Like, I recently went on a holiday with my dad, and on the first leg, we were, like, sitting next to each other, and, like, before we'd even taken off, Dad was like, kicked off his boots, and I was like, oh, gross, Dad, you can't do that. And then, as the flight went on, I noticed a lot of people had their shoes off, because I would say, on a domestic flight, there is no reason to take your shoes off, but I think it's a different set of rules for an international flight, because obviously you get the feet
Yes.
swelling and you're at a far higher
Yes.
altitude, and I feel like when you're actually like you're actually in the flight for like 12 hours, it's like whatever, like the rules just go up in the air.
Yeah.
Like people are walking around with no shoes on. Like I thought it was gross originally because I hadn't flown internationally for a little while, like a long haul flight, and I was like, oh, you can't do that. And by the end of it, I had not only my shoes, but I also had my socks off.
Oh, that's weird. Keep the socks on.
I had one of those little blankets over those so no one could see that my shoes are off. But because
Yeah.
you're on the plane for so long that your socks even start hurting your feet.
I
You know
think,
what I mean?
I think
Yeah.
after, if it's a flight that goes longer than 6 hours, rules get thrown out the window.
I think so. So I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't
Nah, I
crazy.
agree.
It is a different set of rules. But
International,
obviously, you
yes.
normally think when you talk flying, you just think like going to like Melbourne, Sydney, or like
Yeah.
Gold Coast or something. Like you can't. In fact, you can't even. I don't even think you should recline your seat.
I think.
I reckon you should just sit up and just be an adult for 2 hours and
I
then
agree.
get to your location.
And also people that order food and get food on those flights and pay for food. Like you
Okay.
can't last 2 hours without eating.
I
is
do like
insane
to get
me.
myself little snacks and drinks.
Yeah.
Why?
on
Just
jet
because you're in the
stuff
plane, you go, "Ooh, I better eat." Like,
Yeah.
no,
It is.
you can go 2
I'm
hours
sorry.
without.
I know it's expensive, but it is fun to get those little Pringles and have a beer.
Just do it at home or like
No,
later.
but it's good to pass the time. You know.
I would rather get Macca's before I get on the
Yeah.
plane and eat it, and then sit on the plane with a belly full of Big Mac, than get a little Pringles.
Because you're also rushed. Because, like, if you fly, for example, Melbourne to Adelaide, I was doing a lot with Luke being over there. The plane gets up in the air. You basically take your seatbelts off. They try and quickly put the trolley through. And then you have to, like, hog the food down. And then they
Yeah.
go, "All right, we're landing."
I can't-
I'm like, how do these people all need to eat in this
I
tiny
can't
space?
work out if I told you this already, but when I was flying from Liverpool to Belfast, it's literally like you're in the air for 18 minutes, and I ordered food because I was like,
Yeah.
I always
You
like to get
did
food.
not.
And then the guy was like, "It's not going to be ready on time. Like we're going to land by." So then I like exited
What a
the plane
loser.
with,
Such a loser
with a
tourist.
with a hot sandwich. Like I was like, and it's like plane food, at altitude, not too bad, but in an airport, you're like, shit, man, I could have got a better toasty.
100%.
Even in the airport, you know what I mean?
I have got an update on the little course that's served. So what do we say?
Yes.
Going backwards, there's the
have the-
dessert main, then you've got the entree, right?
Mine was going backwards,
That's
yeah.
the standard.
And then before the entree,
Before the entree, you said possibly
I said bread,
appetizer.
appetizer,
appetizer.
yeah.
Appetizer. So, and I was like, no, it's none of those things. And then producer Andy, he said, "Oh, is it this?" And he put it down on his phone for me. Hors d'oeuvre.
I was going to say hors d'oeuvre. Yes, it's an hors d'oeuvre.
Is it? I thought. Okay.
Not hors d'oeuvre. That is not what I was. Don't look at the. Now, producer Brody and Tom have just put it through on the chat box,
Okay.
and they have got it correct. It's an amuse-bouche.
The hell?
I don't
I've
think
never
I've
heard of
ever
that.
had an amuse-bouche.
I'm probably saying it wrong, but it is definitely amuse-bouche. So that's when, and I've Googled the definition of it. So an amuse-bouche is a single bite-sized hors d'oeuvre.
Yeah.
But the difference is, what makes it unique is that you don't order it. It's not on the menu.
Yes, it's like
So
a
at a
chef's,
nice
like
at a nice restaurant,
yeah.
they'll give you an amuse-bouche as like a welcome to the
Yes,
restaurant.
yes.
Have a little bite to eat.
Yes.
This is on us.
You get that with the bread,
Yeah,
and
you don't
then
pay
you go
for-
the
yeah.
appetizer entree. Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
pay for the amuse-bouche.
Are you sure you're saying it right? I'm just going to get this up on.
Amuse-bouche.
Yeah.
Okay, he's done it. I tell you what, your friends from Gawler would bash the shit out of you if they heard you
Dude.
saying amuse-bouche.
Dude, they would smash me.
They would absolutely destroy you, dude.
All right.
Oh, yeah, no, it's really nice. You guys should try the amuse-bouche. You would get...
Literally, they made fun of me when I started working in the city and I used to get coffee.
Yeah,
Oh, you drink coffee, do you?
Oh, look at you. You drink coffee now, are you?
Little fancy.
Oh, look at you. Got your little hot chocolate with your coffee bean in it, mate. It's not quite a mother, is it?